Hi, this is Stacia, and I wanted to go over a Blitz game that I played. This is a 5 minute with 5 second increment Blitz game where I analyzed the game and came across something interesting, which is I think it's kind of neat to look at the early pawn breaks in this game. And I'll show you what I mean. So I played d4, my opponent played c5, and this is called the old Benoni. In this position, I like to play d5. This is the most principled way to play, grabbing space. And my opponent attacked the pawn. So I defended with the move c4, which I like because now the knight can come behind the pawn. And then my opponent played an interesting move here. So normally black would play b5, which would be the Banco gambit, which I enjoy from the black and the white side. And e6 is also a typical way to respond here, which is just the normal Benoni mainline. Black can also play g6, but my opponent played a6. So a6 I think is interesting because this is a rare line, and this prepares an early b5. And I thought about playing a4 here, and I decided against it, but turns out a4 is the main line of this. So a4, just stopping b5. This is a move that you play in the Benoni later anyways, so I think stopping b5 is not a bad thing. Now, white actually still can play this way. And then black could play b5 threatening b4. And then in that case, you want to play a3. Or you can take the pawn. Anyway, there's different lines here, but I think the fact that I didn't stop this b5 move, or didn't really think too deeply about it, kind of disturbs me because this is an early pawn break that black can do. So something to note, like for example, it can end up like this. And now when you play e4, they have the move b4, and this gets messy. We've actually transposed into a Banco gambit Zaitsev variation. And I'm not familiar with this, but computer says black's already slightly better after d6. So that would be a line I would want to look at before I play. Not fall into by accident. Okay, so let's go back. Now that's a pawn break that is interesting, but not critical, I would say. And there's a more instructive moment coming up shortly. All right, so my opponent didn't play b5. They actually played g6. All right, and I think they should have played b5, was my point. Now I played e4. This is a standard move. And this threatens e5. My opponent played bishop g7, not addressing the threat. And this is where I really think it's important to think about the opening. So white wants to play e5 and is now allowed to. In the game, I played the move knight f3. And this is what I would call just a dogmatic, lazy move. Because I forgot the point was that e5 is a threat here. And black really needs to play like d6 in response to this. So d6 would stop e5 because of this. But when they play bishop g7, I should absolutely play the move e5. And this is especially strong because let's look at where the knight can go. So the knight could sacrifice, but then black's down a piece. The knight can't really go here because that square's defended. Can't go here. The queen is defending it. And that leaves g8 and h5. So, okay, you don't want to go to g8, so let's try h5. Well, this looks okay until you see the move g4, and now the knight's trapped. So that does mean that after this move e5, black has to play the very sad move knight g8, an undeveloping move. So not something you want to play. And now it says after knight f3, white's doing very well. And of course, that's pretty much true. From this point, I mean, we're going to have a good game. So that's pretty much the lesson from this game, is that these early pawn breaks, you want to be aware of them. The most instructive moment being this. This I would consider a mistake for sure. This bishop g7 move looks totally natural, and my response looks totally natural, but this is actually a mistake because e5 was on the menu and I failed to get it. So anyway, I hope this was instructive, and thanks for watching. Bye.